Hello everyone, myself Sunil Ramakrishnan Nair. Basically, I am a software delivery head. Today, basically, we are going to talk about one topic, that is expense of software. So, this topic basically we are going to cover in many parts, part one, part two, part three, like this, because it's very deeply covered topic. So, basically, we will start from few examples. For example, there is one project that needs to develop. So the accounts department told that this project is going to cost $2,000 or $3,000, any amount. So this is a normal project. It's a small budget project. So basically, client told that we can give $2,000, and the budget was also the quotation and the proposal was also given to of the $2,000. So they accepted the project. So what are the things covered in this $2,000? We will be going to see this globally, the expenses, which is how the $2,000 has came here, how the $2,000 project cost came here, basically. So that basically we are going to see little bit deeper. For example, I will say that I will take one example before this expense. There is one GST called GST amount, is the GST percentage. If you purchase anything goods, there basically you have to pay some amount, that is GST. So GST department says that we got one amount, that is for this month we got around 5 lakh crore rupees. So 5 lakh crore rupees. This is just a rough example. I'm just taking as an example. The amount might be totally different. So the amount is 5 lakh dollar. Sorry, 5 lakh rupees. 5 lakh crore rupees. So basically, GST amount is 5 lakh crore, which has collected by the GST department. But GST department says that the government says that we have to divide this amount to many parts. Basically, it's a 18 percentage. So in 18 percentage, we have to give this amount to the businessmen also. Business. Then one person asked, why you are giving the money, this GST amount? It's a public money. Then why you are giving this money to the businessmen? So basically, one government person told that basically you can invest, public can invest 1 lakh crore rupees in any city. Then the public told that no, sorry, one person can't invest. But the businessman basically is investing 1 lakh crore rupees to the cities. So if they are paying the amount, so they should get some amount in. Government can't pay the 1 lakh crore rupees at the same time. So they are paying the amount to the businessman in installment, basically. So from GST they are paying 10,000 crore rupees to the businessman. Like this, basically one amount is of GST is given to the businessman. Then basically GST department says that we have to give this amount to the other countries also. We have to invest the amount to the other countries also. For example, the GST people are telling that we are investing 20,000 crore dollar to the USA. Then one person asked, why you are investing the 20,000 crore rupees to USA? Why you are not investing to the India? Then the GST people, then the government told that our Indian people are staying there. So they are staying and Americans are allowing them to stay. The reason is Indian government are investing the amount there. So the amount is getting invested. That's why they are allowing to stay. But it's a long-term investment has been done. So the relationship also has been maintained. So basically, like this, the USA government are also allowing to stay Indian people to there because Indian government are doing the investment there. So this is also one of but it's a relationship has been maintained. So basically, if they don't invest sometime, then also they don't do anything to the people. But it's a business only, basically we can say. And then basically GST amount is invested to the USA also. Then basically the GST amount are given to the many religion people also, many religion places also, because people are telling that we are trusting the god also. So the government is telling that we trust god also, so we have to pay the amount to the god also. On the name of god also we have to pay the certain amounts. We have to invest to the amount of gst to the, we have to invest the amount to the, sorry, we have to invest the amount in the infrastructure also. Infrastructure means light is there, cities having lights, cities having roads, cities having many utilities are given to the cities. So that utilities also required certain money, so each and every departments we have to pay the money. This is just a rough amount I am telling you. It can be the expenses they might be spending to some other areas also. So basically the 18 percentage which amount government gst department is getting, they are segregating, they have to divide this amount to many areas. So this is just a small example of the expenses. So now we after this basically we are going to cover the um, topic of $2,000, which is the project expense. And the project expense is that we are going to charge from client as a client a $2,000. So what this $2,000 contains in detail basically we will say. So for this basically we can take few examples, like basically $2,000 basically if we calculate in detail what are the $2,000 containing, how basically the software industry has came to the $2,000 basically. I will take few examples like $2,000 contains long term plans and short term plans. So basically each and every software industry which they charge the amount that is approved by the government also. So that is basic, that is approved by the government. So by default the government knows that this 2000 amount is being charged. So what are the 2000 amount going to contain, what are the 2000 amount $2,000 contains? So first basically it contains the each and every expense of the software industry basically. For example, software industry, I have taken one example that text box is created from 1,000 cities. So from 1,000 cities the text box has created, so that has taken expense. So that is expense done by the certain groups. That's why basically in web browser we can able to see the text box. So that has taken expense. So that expense has been covered in this $2,000. So this is basically, these expense are divided into two parts. One is long term expense and short term expense. So this text box expense contains in 2000, sorry, in long term expense. Because basically if we say that text box contains text box creation took 1,000 cities, so one city creation only takes 1 lakh to 2 lakh dollar, sorry, 1 lakh to 2 lakh crore rupees or dollar basically we can say. That depends upon the country where the text box cities has been created. So basically this contains in long term expense. So basically $2,000 expense contains this amount expense also. This can be in $1, $2, basically $3. Like this basically this amount, this text box expense has contains. For example, this software basically is basically, this software company is a US based company. So US based company, if this software is a US based company, so each and every expense of the US and India both contains in this. For example, USA president comes in India. So USA president came in India and he spent around 500 crore dollar by coming in India. So whenever he comes in, it's a US based company. So basically that 500 crore dollar which has been spent by the US government, that expense also has been covered. That expense also has been added in this $2,000. So whenever the sorry 500 crore dollar expense has been covered in this $2,000. So in $2,000, few dollars are take $2,000, few amounts has been deducted off of this 500 crore also. So 500 crore, for example, 500 crore has been taken as an expense by US government. So for example, $3 has been taken from $2,000. So basically $2,000 is one project expense. Like this, basically there are hundreds of project has been done. So 100 multiplied by this to the this 100 projects. So basically one project is deducting $3. Just rough amount I am giving you. So $3. So $3 has been taken of the expense of the 500 crore dollar. So this expense also is added in this $2,000. Like this, basically there are many expenses which has been added. So basically few example I will give, few more example I will take. For example, uh, there are many software companies basically which they do periodically do some certain expense, like they do trade fairs, and many fairs has basically also do they do like this. Basically many fairs are being done by the exhibition, basically we can say. So exhibition example, for example, there are 1,000 cities. They basically have done some exhibition of the software, certain software basically. They basically this 1,000 cities has done the exhibition done by the salespeople basically. So salespeople told that we got some 5,000 crore amount as expense. So basically this 5,000 crore amount has been also added in this $2,000. So basically it can be $1 or $2 basically. So this all expense are basically long term expense basically. In short term expense also there are many expenses which are added in this $2,000 basically. Like we can say in short term expense basically. For example, there is one software company. They are telling that we have done some parties or we have organized some parties which basically we have invited lots of clients to our this party. So this party cost around 50 crore rupees. So this 50 crore also is added in this software expense. So basically this $2,000, in this $2,000, this is a short term basically expense. So this also basically is added in this. So basically there are many expenses which basically contains in this $2,000, sorry, many expenses of the many categories which are added in this 2,000. Then basically our normal expense comes basically server related, server hosting cost contains in this. Then basically developer cost contains in this, in which technology you have developed the project, in which how many resources has been used. These all are the normal expense basically, which basically we tells client that we are taking this many amount of this. For example, in $2,000, $5,500 has been taken as a creation expense of the project. In this, basically, um, project developers basically has taken done some task. Project leaders has been taken some task. Project leader has been also used. Project manager has used. Project director has used, and many basically people has been used here to complete this project. That expense also has been added in this $2,000 basically. And then basically hosting charge are there. Hosting charge basically you can say where this software is deployed, where this software is being deployed, and which country the software has been deployed. So in that basically hosting charge contains. And then the database charges contains that if you are doing any, if you are creating a database level programming software, then basically you have to give a certain amount to the database side also. Basically this contains in the software hosting part only. So database expense are also there. Then basically you have to give some amount to the DBA people, that if you are doing any DBA related stuff, basically for example, in future basically project goes got slow, then basically who can solve this? Few tasks basically only developer can solve. No, database developer can do that, but few things are there where basically DBA parts only can, DBA people can only basically do that. Basically for example in Oracle, basically data blocks are there, data files are there, data um, table spaces are there basically. Then table spaces Sometimes table spaces are getting and, table spaces are getting full, so basically you have to sometime add the table spaces in the data files, data blocks. So, and basically there are many stuff related to DBA. You have to sometime increment the number of the data blocks also. You have to sometime add the data files also. Sometime you have to do the indexing analysis, and many parts you have to do. So that basically only DBA have the rights. They only can able to do this type of stuff. Basically few developers can also do this type of stuff like analyzing the table, indexing the things, but sometime basically if the database indexing requires lots of space, then basically space also requires space. Basically not normal developer can't give allocate the space, because there is, if you are allocating any space, then you have to see the entire server space, and according to that you have to calculate the thing, then only you can basically divide the certain space to that particular database. Because the database what the charge basically they have given to the things, according to this all basically expenses are calculated. So basically this all basically contains into $2000 basically. Like this basically this was about a little bit about the expenses. In next video basically we are going to see some more detail about project expenses, how basically project are calculated, how project expenses are calculated, how basically each and every expenses are getting calculated, and basically how the costing departments, how the chartered accountant departments do the calculation of the certain. Because this $2000 basically software people can't do. Basically they just get one figure from the accounts department that you have to charge this uh, amount. Because software people are telling that we are going to charge and we are going to take this type of service, we are going to give this all services. So according to the services, what are the cost? So cost basically are given by the accounts department only, because that's their duty. Because I have taken one example of GST, 18 percentage. So that basically software people can't have the entire data basically where the 18 percentage has been given. So basically, there are many expenses that basically accounts department only can cover basically, and this basically chartered accountant and costing department is there. Special departments basically are created in the software companies. So basically, they only can able to calculate this because it contains very globally. Basically, I have taken few examples how the $2000 has been reached to $2000 basically, and little bit detail are also there basically of the $2000 basically. And there are many expenses which are basically has to be covered and has been covered also. Like this basically we are going to stop here. In next video basically we are going to see the detailing part of the expenses, how basically software company reaches to the certain amount that this is going to be taken as a software project cost. So this is basically Sunil Arnair signing off from now, basically for now, and basically we are going to cover the next video of this expenses part 2 in detail, and this will be going to cover this is going to become soon. Okay, thank you for now. Sunil are signing off.